obviously our defensive effort was much nothing go-go's. 22% we held them to in the first half, and just our defensive activity in every way, shape, or form was much better today. You got a chance to win games when you do that. I told our team we got to eliminate worrying about winning and losing. You got to eliminate worrying about things that you can't control. You got to worry about certain things we try to define for our guys: deflections, what we want to do on the glass, what we want to do in field goal percentage defense. We want to have less than 10 turnovers, 40 deflections, be +7 each half on the glass, and hold teams under 38%. We worry about those things. The rest of our season will take care of itself. So thought the guys stayed focused on the things we were asking them to focus on. So that and our passing, we had 20 assists, so which has been pretty good all year. But we've been able to get 76. Problem is we've been getting up 79.
Gary was active, obviously, on the glass, but he seemed to be more active offensively.
Yeah, I agree. He thought he had his best couple practices defensively. You know, we worked really hard on playing hard and playing hard on defense, and by far the best he had played defensively. Like I told you before, I thought we had slipped into a confidence mode of thinking that we could just outscore teams. And you can't live that way.
Farad also seemed more aggressive offensively.
He's been that way, he's been that way all year, I think. I think, even down at VCU, Farad gets defended by a lot of taller guys. But he's playing at a high level. He's paid the price. He's extremely, extremely dedicated. He worked unbelievably hard in the offseason. I mean, he's a guy that works on his shot. He works on his pull-up. Obviously, he's a great three-point shooter, but he's been working on going by people and making his floater. He takes a lot of pride. He loves basketball. So when you see a guy have the success he's having, you're happy for him. And I'm glad he's aggressive. He's a good player.
You guys usually obviously don't foul that much.
Yeah.
Is that a result of the aggression?
Some of it, some games are officiated different than others nowadays, with the emphasis changing. But I'd rather have the fouls we had today out of aggression than giving up 10 made threes a game. We held them to 4 for 21 because we had much more pressure on the ball offensively. So I'd rather have the fouls.
They didn't foul nearly as much in the second half. Was that something you told them?
Well, once Tulsa got to the bonus, I thought in the timeout, I explained to the guys that there was 11 and change left, and our lead would evaporate quickly if we let them stop the clock and make 2 free throws. That we had to start moving our feet. Though we stopped moving our feet, we got to do a better job of moving our feet to the gaps. And they're very, they're fast. They're very quick at driving the ball. I can play anybody fast. They remind me of the old Marquette teams when Buzz was there. Their team speed at driving the ball to the paint. But we did a better job of moving our feet, and that was key because they did get it to the bonus early. But then we didn't put them on the line after that.
Coach, as far as toughness goes, did you see what you needed to see today? Did you need a close game to really get that gauge on that with your team?
I guess to answer your question, toughness to me is being able to get your job done. It's not about physicality. You got to be tough enough to get your job done. And if a team is making shots against you, you have to be tough enough to find a way to stop them and still win the game. And each game is different. We try to focus on playing really hard and being mentally tough enough to get your job done, whatever your job is. You've been coached, and if you've been coached to do something, you have no excuse not to do it, other than you're not mentally tough enough to concentrate. And we did a much better job of eliminating mistakes today. It's a game of mistakes, and we did a much better job of eliminating a lot of mistakes that we had made in the last few games, especially on the defensive end of the floor.
You mentioned that the wins and losses take care of themselves, essentially. Was there an extra urgency to win, though? You can't afford to lose too many more.
I don't know. I got 5 years left on my contract.
I mean, in terms of...
But I told them for their season, they need to win.
For this season.
Yeah, I don't coach anymore for wins and losses. I'm just being honest with you, and I'm not sure. I tell them I don't coach anymore for wins or losses or for money. I got one house, one car. I'm from the West Side. Okay, I'm coaching for them. It's their season, and I'm going to be here next year, no matter how many we win or lose. Okay, so that's what I explained to them. It's their season. Now, there's certain things I'm not going to stand for, and we're not going to give up 78 points at home. Okay, or the Rally Cats will be wearing uniforms instead of Rally Cat T-shirts. So, you have to ask them about the urgency piece. And I mean that. I'll be dead serious. I don't think of it that way. We could play. I tell you guys this all the time. We could lose, and I could still be happy. Fans, they want you to win, and that's what they should want. They pay money. They come to the games. They buy T-shirts. They want you to win. But the reality is sometimes you play well and lose in sports. And all I want us to do is play hard and play as well as we should play and play the way Cincinnati is supposed to play, or you shouldn't have came here. And then let the chips fall. I'm okay with all that. We used to, like I said, you guys know, we used to play in the Big East. You play some great games and get beat back in 2010, 11, and 12. Some really, really good games, and you might lose the game, but you know that you played as hard as you could and as well as you could. So that's all I ask them to do is do what you're capable of and try to teach them that. That's why I'm coaching. And from here on out in my career, that's after what I went through last year, there's a lot of things I evaluated. I'm coaching for them, and it's their season. So I don't, you've got to, fans and everybody else can worry about all that other stuff. I don't. Sammy's got homework, back to my original line. More concerned about that. She's in 3rd grade now. I really am not. And if the day comes where I don't win enough and they ask me to move on, I'll move on. I'll be teeing it up with my boys at Coldstream. So I don't talk about that to our team. Like, we got to win. Oh, we got to win. I want them worried about deflections, defense, rebounding, and taking care of the ball. That's all I want them worried about. I want them not listening to social media and everybody else that tells them how bad they need to win and how great they are or how terrible they are or whatever. Because all that stuff has nothing to do with the outcome of the game. And I know you guys all, you have to do a job and you have to write it, but it has nothing to do with anything at the end of the day. Sammy's homework is way more important. Thanks, guys.
I think we responded well. We had a good week of practice. We had a couple. We had all intense practices, really getting after it, trying to get back to the way, we played defense. They kind of showed us clips of last year, how we were holding teams to certain points, each game. So, I think we responded well to all the things he wanted us to do.
How about you personally?
Oh yeah, I was more aggressive when I was guarding the ball. People aren't just teeing me up and shooting in my face anymore. I'm up a little more. Get more deflections. I had 2 games without a single deflection, so tonight, I was able to disrupt things, and I was hitting the glass pretty hard.
Well, just like we talked about the other day, you seemed like you were more intent on going to the basket than you have in the past. Was that your intention?
Yeah, when they kind of running at me on the 3-point line to prevent me from shooting that, I just try to get to a mid-range pull-up, and it was helping me out tonight.
Farad, how did the team take the message from you? Because they came at you guys pretty hard. You said that you guys should apologize to players from the past and all kinds of things about the way you weren't playing, how you weren't playing tough. How did the team take that message from Coach?
He was right. We wasn't showing toughness as Cincinnati teams usually do. We was getting out-rebounded, not getting many steals, and he was just telling us that's what the program was built off of. So this week in practice, we made a few changes and just tried to give better effort in those categories because that's what helps us win.
Gary, it seemed like early, first 2 or 3 possessions, got pretty physical going up for rebounds. Did that kind of click in your mindset that, all right, this is how it's going to be? And it seemed like from there you went on a stretch of really taking control of the glass.
Preparing for Tulsa this week, Coach was really emphasizing how hard they go to the glass, and talking about how physical it was against SMU. So we were preparing for it all week. So going into the game, I already was bracing myself for the physicality. Once I realized I can get position on the guys, I really just try to grab everyone that came my way.
How hard did you get hit on that flagrant foul?
Pretty hard, cause I was really like, I didn't think he was gonna, come down and hit me right in the head, but it scared me for a minute. But once I realized I was fine, but
Hit you in the back of the head?
it hit me like right top of the head and in my eye right here.
You guys feel any sense of relief having won this game after losing a couple in a row at home?
Yeah, definitely. It was good to come out and start the new year off right with a win. And we can't we gotta enjoy this one, but we gotta get ready for SMU. Because they're a good team too. So just gotta refocus and get ready for next week.
Is this, the way you guys played tonight, is this how you envisioned playing all season?
Yeah.
Was this your style that you thought you would be good at?
Yes, because tonight we set a goal for like 40 deflections. We got 38, and we had like 24 in the first half. So we was out in passing lane, deflecting the ball, and that gets you going as a team.
Committed 21 fouls in the first half. They shot 21 free throws in the first half. I think they only shot 4 or 5 in the second half.
Yeah, we gave a lot of fouls. I think that kind of kept them in the game because they weren't making really any field goals to begin, but we can't send teams to the free throw line that much. So we have to do a better job at that.
Was that part of that just like aggressive nature? You guys wanted to be more aggressive?
Yeah, we were
Kind
more
of fouls
aggressive.
came?
Yeah, and some of the fouls, was kind of weak for real, but that's just a part of it.
The coach was telling us all week that teams are too comfortable playing us, too comfortable coming in our gym and, just moving the ball freely, passing it, shooting. So, we really tried out everyone. Even you see Big Corey out there trying to, be aggressive on the ball. So that's what we really got in a lot of foul trouble early.
Anything else?
Appreciate it.